Coming up today on Colts Connection, we'll learn the secrets of animal science class with an in-depth look from our own Colts Connection reporters. We celebrate science teacher Miss Hastings' long and distinguished career at EJHS, and we get a preview of spring sports. All this and more on today's show. I'm Lily Padgett. And I'm Haven Snyder, bringing you our top stories today. Animal science is a fun class taught by Miss Christie. What exactly do you do in animal science, though? Keep watching to find out.
Everyone knows learning about our natural world is very important. Science teacher Miss Christie is teaching kids early on and getting them prepared for future classes.
Animal science is a 6th grade elective that involves learning about different animal species and other important animal-related topics. Let's hear from some of our 6th grade animal science students.
We talk about a lot of different topics that help get you ready for 7th grade science, like cells and cell theory, and then we talk about a lot of things that help get you ready for biology.
What I like about animal science is you can learn about different animals, how they live, what kind of environment they're in, just everything about them.
So animal science is fun in that we get to do a lot of extra labs and hands-on activities because we're not quite as constrained within like state standards. It was a class that I got to kind of hand design by myself.
Animal science isn't just a normal class. There are many things that make this class more fun and exciting for students.
I love the teacher. I also love the classroom environment, and I love what we learn about.
She has a snake and there's a tarantula in there, I think.
We've got raccoon paws so that kids can feel and see what they look like. We've got alligators as well. We've also got skulls and skeletons of various different animals.
I start calling out things like if you have blah, 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 you are going...
It's not just a regular class. I mean, you get to actually engage in things that you wouldn't necessarily do in other classes.
Like most classes at EJHS, animal science is focused on being active and involved in your work. I'm Natalie Moore, and this is Colts Connections.
Who's excited for spring sports coming up? Let's take a closer look to find out all the details for this year's sports.
As the snow melts away and the grass grows, many EJHS students enjoy spring sports, specifically baseball, softball, and track.
The opportunity to get outside and kind of stretch your legs and just have a little fun.
There are 3 spring sports at EJHS: softball, baseball, and track. Students can enjoy spring sports after a long winter of being inside. Many students play spring sports, but especially lots of kids run track because no cuts are made, and it is available to all 3 grades, 6th, 7th, and 8th. A thought about why softball is so fun from Miss Air.
It's just a really fun team sport. There's a lot of camaraderie in softball. A lot of the girls have already played together for a long time, and then just, having that school spirit and playing together just makes it, kind of like a good bonding experience for the girls.
A thought from a softball player about their team's togetherness.
I feel like we have all become somewhat better friends over the school year this year.
In a recent interview, we talked with a baseball player about their strengths they had last year.
We hit the ball pretty well, and our pitching was really good. It's just kind of our fielding kind of was off a little bit.
Finally wrapping it up with how baseball coach Mr. Siglin thinks his team will do this year.
We've got a really good group of 8th graders. We got a solid group of 7th graders now that were 6th graders last year. So we've got a good group of, I think we'll have good numbers. And so, in terms of wins and losses, we'll probably do a fairly good job winning games. Outside of that, our goal with the whole baseball program is to get ready for high school.
This is Caleb Sims, Colts Connection reporter.
EJHS Cheer is a key part in getting the students and players fired up for the games. Keep watching to learn more about the cheer team.
Hi, I'm Rylan Williams from Colts Connection, and today we are going into depth about the cheerleaders' point of view.
Hi, I'm Ella Jors, and I'm a flyer in cheer. My favorite thing that I do in cheer is probably a lib.
It's Natalie Moore, and I'm a bass. My favorite part about cheer is just the team aspect of it, being able to hang out with my friends, and it's kind of like a sisterhood, I guess.
My name is Haven Snyder, and I'm a bass in 7th grade school cheer. My experience in school cheer would probably have to be the games we get to cheer at and stunting.
My name's Jackson Cosby, and I play for 7th grade. The tunnels that the cheerleaders made for me is awesome.
I'm Adeline Winders, and I'm in 7th grade. Having cheerleaders at our game, it really boosts our confidence and gives us more energy to play and reminds us that we need to play harder and cheer for our school more.
The cheerleaders have practice on Mondays and Fridays for 2 hours. Their season is the plus summer condition. Tries for school cheer are normally a month before school starts. The EJHS cheerleaders also cheer for 7th and 8th grade football for the whole football season, which is around 2 months. The cheerleaders practice stunts and tumbling to get ready for the football games. This is Rylan Williams signing off from Colts Connection.
Miss Hastings is retrying this year after a long teaching career here at EJHS.
45 years is a long time for a kid, but not for Kathy Hastings. Kathy has been working here for a grand total of 46 years.
Actually, I wanted to be a teacher from a very young age. So when I was 5, and I always admired teachers. I had a lot of good teachers along the way. And really, that was the main career that I really considered. When I first started teaching, we had blackboards instead of whiteboards, so I used chalk. And we didn't have the wealth of materials like we do now. So there were no computers in the school, no phones in the room. Attendance was taken by sending a student to the office with a paper with the attendance written on it. My materials basically consisted at first just the book I was going to teach out of, so I made up all my own, and I actually ran off my any worksheets or guided readings or things that I would make up myself on a mimeograph machine. I showed movies with reel-to-reel, like you see at a movie theater, and film strips, where we had these little strips of film that you put through a projector and showed them that way. So the materials that we used were very different than what we have now. And a lot of the lab materials and stuff, we didn't have, as much of that stuff. Definitely didn't have design labs or any of that type of thing. So it was, the wealth of materials we have today is way more than what we had when I first started teaching. I have taught all 3 levels of science in the junior high, so 6th, 7th, and 8th. I have taught 8th grade physical education, 8th grade health. I taught a class for 10 years called Responsible Growing, in which I taught a full CPR class and then also how to watch young children. So we used to do a weekly trip to a daycare.
Miss Hastings has made a big impact on teachers and students in this school. She is a wonderful teacher, and it's sad to see her go.
Those are our stories for today. I'm Haven Snyder.
And I'm Lily Patchett, reporting for Colts Connection. Thanks for watching.
And have a great Friday.